Peace, light, blessings, and blessings to you. It's Neith Sankofa. I wanted to quickly offer this from my heart, 5 ways to maintain balance. For those of us who are like me, who still have quite a bit of work to do, along with children being home and caring for others and checking in. So people whose work may have even ramped up, those of us who are in movement building, caring for others, our healthcare workers or healers, people who are attending to the spiritual needs and emotional needs and physical needs of the community. We are, some of us are really faced with the challenge of having to find out new ways of being with, and also managing the reality of people saying it's a beautiful time to slow down. So I want to offer these 5 things in order to help you to balance all of the things, right? So whatever works for you, it is my prayer and affirmation that it will be helpful and meaningful to you. And if not, let it go like the breeze. And my helper here is perfect timing, because the very first thing here is acceptance. Accept that balance is a myth, right? Even though I said this is about balancing, the first step is balance is a myth. There is no balance here. Everything is off balance. The earth is off of balance right now. We're trying to find this balancing within ourselves and within the earth. So just accept that things may not feel balanced. You may not be able to find, a balancing, which is an equal thing, right? Equal amount of time, my family, equal amount of time with my work, equal amount of time with my self-care, equal amount of time, my spiritual work, equal amount of time with rest. You might not be able to find a balance, and just, let's take a deep breath there, right? And with that acceptance that balance may not be a reality to be obtained right now, what should we do with that? So number 2 is replacing that idea of balance with an intention of harmony, right? So if you've ever been to a symphony, the strings might be at a place where they're very low and slow and soft. And the cello might be dum, 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 dum. And the drums might be super loud at that moment, but all of it is creating a harmony. And at different times, different things need to come forward and be more present for us. So really set your intention for obtaining a level of harmony. And along with this, what I would like you to do is take some time and write, my intention is harmony. What does harmony mean to me? What does it feel like when I'm in harmony with myself, my inner self, my outer world? Because this is a beautiful opportunity for us to figure out how we maintain that same level of stillness and peace within, even though we might have to move outwardly, as long as you're not in that frantic and chaotic place internally, in your mind, in your body, and in your spiritual self. You will be able to find this balance and harmony much more easily. So number 3, prioritize. Like, this is getting down to like really putting down and putting in place. What are my priorities? If I come to a place where I need to make a decision about what's most important, and you don't have to put this up and use it as a list that you go by and check off and, I can't do that because my list, I promised myself that priority number 1 was this. It's just to give yourself a place to know what's present to you. What are my responsibilities right now? What's most important? And trust your intuition to guide you and lead you in the places where you need to go as things arise for you. But just centering on that and knowing that I know what my priorities are, right? My children are always my priorities, but several of my children are not presently with me, right? So there might be things that come up that someone else is caring for that, right? Two of my children are grown. They are caring for themselves in that way. So I may not have to prioritize them in the same way that I might, someone who I am helping through a difficult situation in the moment. My daughter might be fine where she is right now. Right now, my priority is giving this message. My daughter is fine playing right beside me, right? So just to give yourself an opportunity to say, these are the things that I'm responsible for. What is my priorities here? Number 4, set measurable boundaries. Measurable boundaries. Here's the point where you do make absolutes, right? As much as we can in the always universe of this dance, right? We're always in this place. It's just more present to us when the systems around us are clearly fractured, right? But we're always in uncertainty. We don't know if when we open the eyes every day that the earth will be as it was when we laid down, right? But because we become more present to it, it can be a little unsettling to the system. So what I want you to do here is set measurable boundaries. So I'll give you an example of what I did. When I set measurable boundaries, I said, okay, here are my working hours. I let everybody in my circles know I am amending my work hours. Even though I know I have more work to do, it doesn't matter. That's what I needed to do to care for my family, my daughter, my parents, the people that are in my circle that I need to care for and are my priorities. These are my hours. Outside of these hours, I am not available. Inside these hours, then I could set, some parameters and ask for the support I needed there when I knew what my boundaries were, right? So it gives me a little bit more control, and I can focus that specific energy there and be able to have some level of normalcy in my own experience. So set measurable boundaries and share them. That's the thing. Set measurable boundaries and share them. Then you don't have to tend your boundaries so much. Like if I said, okay, these are my hours. I'm only working, 4 hours, 3 days a week, right? So if I say that and I don't let people know that, then every time someone sends me something who I have not informed of that and asks me to respond, then I'm having to, battle with my own decisions, instead of just saying this is what it is, right? And so I'm feeling into this energy. If you are someone who is not, and people are not used to you saying that, and you might have some people in your circle that want you to do more than that, just really sit with it and say, how can I really be authentic here? This is a place to really just slow it down and be authentic with people. We are in a global pandemic energy right now, in order to maintain my personal health and well-being, in order to make sure that the priorities that I have and responsible for, I can meet those with a level of peace and well-being. I am holding, I am responsible for things that cannot crumble. And in order to do that, and in order to serve this circle in the best way I can, here's what I need to do. If you have any questions, I am free to answer those, but they will not be amended, And just affirm, if you have ways in which you affirm and the ways in which you ask for support, if it's through, just within yourself, your own, will, your own mind, your own Ori, your ancestors, whatever faith principles you have, ask those things to be of support to you after you've done all this energetic work to get to this point. Clearly why you need to set these boundaries, and ask the universe to support you in going before you. The energy goes before you so that you will not have to fight any battles. And when you come from an authentic place, usually most people cannot come from a place of role playing. When you come from a place of authenticity, they're also going through it, right? And from that space, you will know what to do. And the last thing to share is number 5, commit to harmony supporting daily activities. So you set your intention for harmony. Now you need to put in place some daily harmony supporting activities, right? So if it's your meditation in the morning, if it's your yoga, walking, I recommend to everyone on the planet, get outside, even if it's just on your porch. Get outside, get some fresh air, and hopefully sunshine every single day. It is such a energy reset. It does so much for just calming your nervous system to have access to the elements. If you want to go a step further, put your feet on the earth. It literally resets our circadian rhythms so that we are not frazzled and all over the place. The earth is not freaking out right now. We can put our feet on the earth and feel into the harmony and the calmness that is present on the great Mother Earth. So that is, some things you could do. I just jotted down some things that you already heard. Baths, just and with your water, you just asking it to help you, asking it to help you to cleanse and restore and refresh yourself. Walks, meditation, gardening is beautiful. You get the trifecta if you're gardening, because the sun and the fresh air are antiviral, and soil, when you're gardening and tilling the soil and it's coming up, it's a natural respiratory enhancer. So it can even help you there, both physically and in your mental state, to know you're doing something to help you to not contract anything you don't want to, right? Journaling and any forms of exercise are also really wonderful tools. The last one, which is more of a bonus, is reward yourself along the way. Do stuff that still feels good to you, especially those of us who have self-care practices that are external to ourselves, right? If you have a massage therapist that you don't have access to right now, if you use nails, or your spa, or get your hair done as something that helps you to as part of your self-care and healing routines, then find other ways to reward yourself with things that feel good. It's a few drops of essential oil in a bath, a bubble bath, or just light a candle and sit there and in gratitude and appreciation for yourself. If you are here and you're doing the best you can through all of this, you are a winner right now, okay? You are a winner, and just pat yourself on the back. Even the days that are difficult and maybe you didn't do everything in the way that felt right and good to you, just appreciate yourself for being willing to accept that and being willing to just try again. So reward yourself, right? You're doing a great job. I love you. I appreciate you. I appreciate every being on the planet who is holding a space of light, who is visioning and hopeful that the things that we are experiencing as communities across the world will bring us into awarenesses of the communities we really want to build and support. And those things start with our own actions, how we approach our own work in our own lives. We are the work. We are the work. So I affirm that for myself. I affirm that for you. I hope this is helpful to you as you're trying to navigate this current paradigm. Even if the things that I said were things you already know, I hope that taking time to just sit in community and know somebody is here for you and thinking of you and sending out vibrations of love and harmony, I hope that is helpful to you. We are well. Ashe.